Yo, what is up, everybody? It is time for another episode of the Blindside Podcast. What is up, Kyra Super Saiyan?
Not much, just sitting out this cold, yucky weather with my fur babies.
Yeah, same here. It is cold and nasty out today, but today we're going to be talking about something that is awesome coming up
And a little bit
Valentine's Day.
and a little bit sentimental too, Valentine's.
I think all the listeners and viewers will remember our last Valentine's Day episode.
Mm-hmm. That was a blast.
Yes, it was. Unpredictable, too. So, I was wondering, Kyra, would you like to let everyone know what we're going to be doing this year for Valentine's Day?
Uh, I'm probably just gonna have a Discord call with my friend, and just enjoy. And I've got some strawberry cream liqueur Baileys to put in my coffee. And other than that, I don't really have any Valentine's Day options. I've gotten gifts, I've gotten cards, but from where my folks aren't around the week of Valentine's, it's just going to be me, myself, and the dog and cat. But Mardi Gras is the day before, so I'll get to enjoy some king cake the same week as Valentine's.
Nice. All right, for me, this year for Valentine's, I do have something to look forward to the day before. That is Peacemaker coming to Mortal Kombat 1 along with crossplay.
So we both have something the day before Valentine's to look forward to. That'll be fun.
Yes. Now, as far as Valentine's Day, this year, as far as traditions, I really, I remember at when I went to the school that I mentioned a while back,
Mm-hmm.
we would have a Valentine's Day dance.
Yeah, I remember those from high school and trade school.
hmm
And middle school
Valen-
too.
yeah, a Valentine's Day dance, and they would have heart-shaped cookies and punch, and they would
Yeah.
have the disco ball with red and white spinning lights.
We had candygrams and roses. Nobody ever wanted to be my Valentine, so I'd send myself my candygrams and roses and everyone knew I was doing it, but I didn't care.
Yeah, with me, I kind of didn't have a Valentine either, so I just kind of treated myself
That's
to,
what I did.
and even in today, today with things the way they are now. I mean, it's okay to treat yourself. You know what I mean? If you don't have a Valentine.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, for single women I'm not single anymore. For single women, there's this trend called Galentines, where you just appreciate being a woman and have a good time on Valentine's.
Me, I just do something I enjoy. Like, okay, I mentioned Peacemaker coming to Mortal Kombat 1 earlier. I might, if I got nothing going on the next day, which that's a
Mm-hmm.
day by day thing for me now. I might do a Valentine's Day stream of Mortal Kombat 1 with Peacemaker. You never know.
You never like you. It's exactly like you're saying. You never know. Life is full of surprises. But I also know though, Valentine's Day is a little bit bittersweet this year. You're without your partner, and it's only my second Valentine's Day with my partner.
Yeah, I know. Kind of a circumstance that none of us wanted to have happen, that none of us saw happen, or that none of us saw was going to happen with her, with mine. But, you know, I mean, where one door closes, more doors can open. I mean, I've got other doors opening outside of the podcast space.
Exactly. And like you're not the only one. My sister is entering her first Valentine's Day with her new partner.
Right. And, right now, I'd say for those who don't have Valentine's or partners, keep your options open. Don't be set on one thing.
And it's okay not to have them either. Not everyone likes Valentine's Day. Not everyone has to celebrate.
I mean, hey, um, it's all up to you, the person. So, Kyra, do you have any Valentine's Day stories as far as like Valentine's Day parties that may have went awry or went to hell
I've
or
got the
something?
perfect one for that. So Valentine's Day when I was 11, it was fifth grade. Just trigger warning, y'all. This does get a little scary, but nothing bad happens. At least
Bring on the spice.
not permanently. And it was a Valentine's Day treat day with where you exchanged your Valentines with your classmates, had a party in the classroom, and someone brought in cupcakes. The cup
Oh hell!
Oh, it wasn't the cupcakes that was the problem. It was what was on the cupcakes. Move, dog. Sorry,
Now,
my
what was
pup.
on? Would you, for those who are wondering, what was on the cupcakes? What
I
type
was
of
getting to
icing?
that. Oh,
Okay.
I don't remember. It was probably buttercream. It wasn't that. Somebody thought it was smart to put Butterfinger hearts wrapped in cute little pink and red foil on every cupcake, even though that wasn't listed in the packaging.
Hmm.
I nearly had an allergic reaction that day because of their incompetence. The girl at Kroger, who was the manager of the bakery, felt so bad. She came back with this ginormous frog. Had to be like had to be like at least 6 inches.
Hmm.
And it made cute little kissing noises. She's like, I felt so bad. I just wanted to give you this frog because that shouldn't have happened to you.
Was it like a plush frog?
It is a plush frog with ginormous red lips.
Oh wow! Because I'm just trying to envision it in my head, and for those who might be watching or listening who cannot see, I'll just the descriptive piece to kind of.
It was a probably 6 to 10 inch frog. About forest green in color with
Hmm.
big candy apple red pucker up buttercup lips.
Nice.
It kind of looked like the kind of frog you would see in Disney's The Princess and the Frog, which is, ironically enough, my second favorite Disney animated film.
Nice. Now, for me, I have kind of an interesting Valentine's Day story myself. And I remember, Kyra, I was mentioning the dances.
Yeah,
Well, there was one year I didn't want to go to the dance. I went to the snack bar, got me a candy bar and a Coke, as I always do.
yeah.
And one of the staff at the school was confronted me and said, "Why are you not at the Valentine's Day dance?" I said, "Well, I got no one to go with. I've got no girlfriend. I don't see a point of being there."
Yeah.
And he's like, "There you are with a stupid candy bar and a Coke when all your other fellow students are having a good time at the dance. You're just," and I'm like, "Okay, whatever, dude."
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like, wow. That kind of showed me right there kind of a Valentine's Day that went off the rails for me a little bit.
Yeah.
But would you like to hear, or do you have any Valentine's Day traditions or stories that were maybe one of your better Valentine's Days?
Well, I can remember a lot of Valentine's Day when I was a kid. My grandparents would get me something cute. Usually it would be a box of chocolates for Valentine's Day. Like one year, my stepdad's dad got me this beautiful Ghirardelli assortment tin full of chocolates. And then, of course, my grandfather got me a box of chocolates. I couldn't eat the chocolates because he couldn't read the label fine enough to tell it wasn't safe. But that didn't matter. What was attached to the chocolate was a Garfield keychain with
Hmm.
him in a frame with hearts on it. I kept that keychain for so long. I was so flattered that my grandfather got me something for Valentine's Day. And, last year at Valentine's Day, my dad got me a mug with a unicorn, and my stepmother gave me a trinket dish that sits on my dresser that's shaped like a cat that holds a beautiful bracelet that a friend from Pakistan just recently gave me. And so,
Nice.
and one Valentine's Day, I was in a serious fling with a boy. He gave me a
Hmm.
heart. He gave me a ring with pink sapphire heart gems on it. We broke up, but I kept the ring, and you know, So yeah, I got lots of good Valentine's Day memories. Like, I didn't care being the single girl at the Valentine's Day dance. I didn't care that I was always celebrating Valentine's Day alone. I had my dog. I had my beloved Ripley, who is up at the Rainbow Bridge as we speak, and she was all the Valentine I needed.
Oh yeah. I mean, I remember. for years I would just have my pets, and I'm like, yeah, that's, I mean, all I need, because I didn't have to worry about them. There was just so many pros there.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I
mean, I've
mean?
had
From
boys, I've had partners, boys, and mostly boys. This is my first woman on woman relationship for Valentine's Day in the past. But, they were never serious. And quite frankly, with my track record, they never ended well. I don't really care. It's more about the companionship for Valentine's. And you know what? Here's the neat thing about Valentine's Day in my family. My grandparents' wedding anniversary was 2 days before Valentine's Day. So, every Valentine's Day, we make sure my grandmother feels wanted and special because it's right around her wedding anniversary. We obviously want her to feel good.
oh yeah, I mean,
Because my papa died right before their 50th wedding anniversary. So we wanted them to be we want her to feel special.
hey, that works. I mean, and I remember, let's see, as far as Valentine's Day memories, um, I remember. Oh God, man. Okay, all right. I remember. I believe it was. I was right out of high school,
Yeah.
and my mother was like, Val- came up to me, and she
Yeah.
goes, "Valentine's Day isn't for mothers and sons." Here, and it was a box of Jolly Rancher. I'm like, you know, thanks, but the way that went down was like, wow.
I have another Valentine. So one
Um, Now,
so,
would you like to know my best Valentine's Day memory?
sure. And then I have a cringe Valentine, but a good Valentine when you're done.
All right. Just last year, I went to my fiance's apartment.
Mhm.
She had gotten out of the hospital, and
Mhm.
for those of you who watched last year's episode or listened, she was a guest, and we had went to her house. Unbeknownst to her, I got her this ring, and the ring had our names in it and six hearts, three on each side, and it had our birthstones, red and blue. So
Yeah.
the sapphire and the ruby. So to describe, they were red, the red and blue, and the ring was a silvery color. They put three hearts
Beautiful
on the side, and then
beautiful combination, ruby and sapphire, by the way.
oh yeah, we chose birthstones because that's what we wanted it to be.
Yeah.
And I got to her house, and we were going to go on a date, but that kind of had to be scrapped because she wasn't up to it.
She was also
Um,
recovering. Her health
yeah,
part wouldn't have been able to handle it too.
yeah, it was a health thing. She couldn't. She was in the recovery from something, and so I just we were there, and I gave her the ring, and her jaw hit the floor.
Yeah. And then one Valentine's, I remember I was so depressed. My dad called me and I'm like, Dad, I can't talk right now. He's like, well, I'm at your door and it's pouring the rain. I've got your Valentine. I'm like, Dad. So after he leaves, I go get the Valentine and check the mail. Not only did my dad leave a Valentine with this yowling cat with angel wings on it. So that was hilarious. That brightened my day. I opened the mail and there's this card from where I was working as a volunteer at the time,
Hmm.
and it was full of compliments about how hard of a worker I was. Just knowing that my coworkers randomly surprised me with a Valentine's Day card that year made my day. It got me out of my funk, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I owe my father an apology, but it was still cute. And
Hey,
as for rings, my partner and I had picked out a bridal set, and I'm like, I don't care when, I don't want a commitment yet, but I want a ring.
hey, but yeah. That ring, that the thing that I did with for mine last year was like awesome. Little did we know the tragedy that was going to happen literally 2 months later.
But it's the thought that counts. I mean,
Right, right.
you
It
were
was.
willing to take the next step, and that's the thing. I may have only been with my partner for a year, but I know in my heart I want to take this next step with her
Hmm.
and help her grow as a person, just like she's helped me grow as a person this past year. I mean,
Hmm.
we trust each other enough to where we can be in the same hotel room for multiple nights. If we can do that, we can do anything.
Oh yeah, I mean,
And when I say hotel room, folks, I don't mean anything in SFW. Get the kinks out of your head.
yeah,
Stop.
yeah. If you're thinking those type of thoughts,
Your
they're
girl
not.
Kyra is asexual. I don't swing that way, y'all.
You're not gonna get them here. Sorry.
Blind and I may be wild, but we ain't that wild.
Yeah, we're not gonna go that far with this. No.
Sorry. We should have put that as a disclaimer at the beginning of the video. Happy Valentine's Day, y'all.
Yeah. So,
But
okay. Do you know of any like new traditions that you may have started for Valentine's Day? I can think of one.
for me, it was putting the strawberries and cream Baileys in my coffee because Santa brings me this variety pack of Baileys and it all of mini Baileys and it always includes strawberries and cream. What's more romantic than strawberries and cream at Valentine's?
That hey, hey, I was on YouTube today and I heard a ad for Reese's shaped hearts.
I've been seeing that ad on YouTube for days. I can't eat Reese's, but your girl Kyra has found an alternative to Reese's made with sunflower seeds bread. Y'all, the first time I had it, I nearly gave myself a heart attack. Is
I
this
have not had this alternative. I heard of it.
I was
You
like, I took one bite and I'm like, is this Reese's? What have I done? And then I look, so I fished around in my garbage for the package. I'm like, you idiot, you know it's not Reese's. And so now every time I go to Trader Joe's or my mother goes to Trader Joe's, I make her pick up at least one package.
of Sun Cups.
Yes, because they only come in two counts
Hmm.
and they're so good. And the last time I went to buy them, the guy's like, you know, they come in a big 5 ounce bag, right? I'm like, dude, I want to, but I'll eat the whole bag in one sitting.
Hey, I like the sugar-free Reese's. You
My
know, cause
stepdad, my stepdad does too. He buys the Russell Stover sugar-free peanut butter cups.
I mean, cause I like to eat healthy.
Yeah,
These days for reasons I won't get into here, but I like to eat healthy, eat uh, mostly sugar-free. But yeah,
yeah.
sugar-free Reese's. Yeah, I'm like you. I'll eat the whole bag. I will devour that son of a bitch.
I know. You could look into the Russell Stover sugar-free ones. They're hard to find, but if you can find them, they taste pretty darn good, according to my stepdad.
I'll have to look into those. So, do you have any time that Valentine's Day or any traditions of Valentine's Day may have went awry? Like, when you talked about the party, like, did you ever have any Valentine's Day where you were just like angry, pissed at the world, and like didn't want to be bothered type situation?
That was more the wouldn't answer the door for my dad for the card kind of thing. I
Hmm.
mean, because there have been some Valentine's Day where I'm like, I don't even want to walk the dog because it's so depressing in the world.
Oh yeah, like I remember. I mean, this has been my first one in a while without a partner, but and like I said, have a way I'm gonna compensate this year. But in years past, when I was younger, I didn't want to be bothered on Valentine's Day.
And then of course, yeah, and then of course, I remember getting a care package in that hellhole of a trade school for Valentine's Day, and it was so neat.
Hmm.
It was cards, and then of course I got some. One of the neatest things was I got these Valentine's Day themed fortune cookies.
Hmm.
Those were so good. Each one had a romantic fortune in it, and all they were just pink and red fortune cookies, but the whole box
Hmm.
was gone within a couple days.
Oh yeah. So anyway, I believe it was last year, maybe the year before. I got a big box of chocolates. That didn't
A-
last, but maybe a few days. Hmm.
Anytime the year I got the Ghirardelli tin, it was gone within a week, maybe less, probably less
Yeah,
than that,
buddy.
knowing me. Like
Uh huh.
I'm gonna get myself a couple boxes of chocolates from the grocery when it gets closer. They probably won't last either. Like I can't eat much candy anymore because of my teeth. So
Hmm.
like chocolate is my candy pleasure because I can't risk yanking a filling out with something like taffy or Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah, you got to kind of watch those.
I haven't yanked a filling to begin with. But I had so much dental work done last year. I'm not taking the risk.
Right, right, right. And but yeah, I would say my candy pleasure would be chocolate because it's the sugar-free version, of course.
Yeah,
Not the we don't want the sugary version for obvious reasons. But with me, that's why I kind of don't indulge in as far as Valentine's Day in like the sweet stuff. My idea of really celebrating Valentine's Day, if I've got all my responsibilities taken care of, and
yeah.
there's something I want, I might get that instead.
Yeah, like I just bought myself something sentimental because it looks identical to what I had. It may be the exact same item based on the pictures. It doesn't matter. And and I also, you know what else I did? I signed myself up for a 5K with the dog at a month from now because it's a new year. It's time to get healthy, and the dog loves 5Ks. Why the heck not?
Exactly. And we're still in winter, so it's not springtime yet.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you don't have a partner and you want to treat yourself, go for it. I mean,
And I also have treated the dog and cat for Valentine's. Like the cat got new catnip, the dog got a new toy. Speaking of cats, if you guys heard a meow, that there's a cat behind me.
hey, Autumn.
You're not supposed to use the cat's real name on the podcast.
I don't think so. Anyway, um, so do you have any funny like any type of like favorite Valentine's Day food? We've discussed chocolates. Did you ever get any roses for Valentine's Day?
Not real roses. I got roses as an anniversary gift once, but I have got. I remember one of my good friends showed up at my door on around Valentine's Day one year. He had a candy rose with them, and he wanted me to be his Valentine. I had to turn him down gently because he's 5 years younger. I only see him as a friend, but I
Mm-hmm.
thought it was sweet. And then another year,
Hey,
someone gave me a chocolate rose. Couldn't eat it, but it was still sweet.
hey, the thought that counts.
I mean, so I've been given roses, sure, just not
Mm-hmm.
the kind you keep in a vase.
Okay, I have a story involving roses. It was last year. My partner was in the hospital. She was recovering from a surgery
Yeah,
that she had, so I got her. I think it was like half a dozen roses,
yeah,
and I got her that. Made her a Valentine's Day card, and we went up to the hospital to see her. Because she
yeah.
was allowed to have visitors. The roses were like very. She loved them. And then, unbeknownst to me, she would always want to walk down to the gift shop, gift shop, gift shop, gift shop. Well, the thing
Yeah.
with her was she loved if you were on her like if you were if you were really in her good books or whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
and she saw you as a friend or whatever, you were going to get a lot of gifts. You were going to get showered with them.
Yeah.
So unbeknownst to me, she's going to the gift shop every day or almost every day.
Oh gosh.
I'm like, okay, what's up with this? She's like, oh, I'm just getting something, just something. So I go up there, and unbeknownst to me, she made me a gift basket with Slim Jims, pajama pants that she had ordered. She made me a Valentine's Day bag, and that really meant a lot.
Yeah, that does mean a lot. And I've got toys from partners from previous Valentine's Day thing. Just little things from people just
Hmm
for Valentine's. They mean a lot.
Uh, Now, did you ever, we both are into our, video games or whatever. Do you have any favorite video games that you like to play on Valentine's Day?
No, but I'll tell you though, in The Sims, you can celebrate Valentine's Day. I don't think they call it Valentine's Day in the game just so that it's slightly different from the real world.
Oh yeah.
I think they call it like Heart Day, Romance Day, something like that, and it's really sweet. So, Sims that are teens through elders can woo their partners, give them gifts. It's really really sweet.
Nice.
And
For me,
there's even a festival you can take your Sims to.
Nice. For me, I'm looking forward to whatever they do for Mortal Kombat 1
Yeah.
for Valentine's Day because you know they're going to have a so you got to have that spice to make Valentine's Day nice.
Yeah.
Um, and believe me, what they did for Christmas was pretty cool with the time. But I bet you Valentine's Day is going to be even more nuts.
And I just remembered there's also a tradition I like to do that's really cute. Anyone can do it.
Hmm.
SpongeBob has a Valentine's Day episode. So you can go. So Nickelodeon will air SpongeBob's Valentine's Day episode. And it's so cute because all SpongeBob is trying to do is keep Patrick distracted long enough for Patrick's gift to arrive. And of course, Patrick gets impatient, goes on a rampage. It's hilarious. It's such a cute episode.
Hey, speaking of Nickelodeon, I'm not trying to veer off topic here,
Yeah.
but you know what Nickelodeon's going to be showing this year?
They're going to be showing the Super Bowl this year.
Yep.
I'm not going to watch, but I will try and see the halftime show because rumor has it Sweet Victory's going to make an appearance.
Nice. I'm not going to be watching the halftime show either.
No, I didn't say I wouldn't be watching the halftime show. I said I wouldn't be watching the game.
Yeah, the game is what I meant.
Yeah, but I will be watching the Puppy Bowl though, which is so adorable. Animal Planet puts it on every year, and it's a bunch of adorable puppies playing tug of war, and it's even got stakes in it. There's two teams, Team Rough and Team Fluff, and they're competing for the championship of the Puppy Bowl.
Nice.
And then there's a kitty halftime show. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun because you're seeing adorable puppies and kittens the whole, I think, 2 hours it runs. I don't remember how long it runs.
Oh, wow. Now, okay, so again, all right, so um, before we kind of round everything out here, do you have any messages or advice for people for this Valentine's Day coming up this February?
I'm just going to say, it's great if you have someone to celebrate with. If you're alone this year, it's not that big a deal. Just take care of yourself and, don't be like me who wouldn't answer the door for their loved ones on Valentine's Day because you were in a funk.
Yes. All right, for me, my advice, I would say if you don't have a partner or a Valentine in terms of that traditional sense, your friends can be the Valentine, your family can be, or if you want and you're feeling froggy, treat yourself to something you want, something
And
you
your
love.
and your pet can be your Valentine, Your
Hmm.
stuffed animal can be you can make Valentines, you can make your Valentine anyone you want to be.
And and you don't have to stick to the traditions. I mean, just do it your own way, do your own thing, and be you. That would be my advice. So,
Exactly.
Kyra, would you like to let them know what's up for next month in March?
We are talking conventions, particularly Comic Con, because your girl Kyra is a die-hard Comic Con girl for our local area.
Yes, and we might have a guest on that episode. Maybe.
We don't know for sure yet.
We might. So, with that being said, I want to thank Kyra Super Saiyan for coming on once again to discuss Valentine's Day, love, romance, and traditions. And we will see you guys next month in March. Until then, I've been your host, Blind Metal Gamer, saying so long, everyone, and peace out.
And I've been Kyra Super Saiyan. Stay golden, y'all.